Hi, my name is Dr. Clayton Roach, chiropractor and proud owner of Roach Chiropractic Center. Today I want to have a discussion with you about a condition that we see a lot in our clinic called osteoarthritis. And what I feel is that we see a lot of patients coming in with osteoarthritis and they're kind of devastated at the news that they've received that the doctor has seen arthritis in maybe their neck or their lower back, and they come in feeling powerless, that there's nothing they can do and they're doomed to fail from that point on. And what I teach my patients is that the reason they have arthritis is not because one day their body woke up and was now old. The reason they have arthritis is because at one point there was an area of their spine that suffered either trauma that was sudden or trauma that was caused over time, and it created an area of the spine that wasn't moving well. And over time, because nothing was done to correct the problem, those vertebrae began to degenerate, and the disc spaces in between the vertebrae became a lot thinner. So let me show you on the spine what I'm talking about. And you can see here that we have 24 vertebrae in the spine. And all of them are divided by this space in the spine or in between the vertebrae, called a disc. When that disc starts to narrow because of degeneration and because of lack of taking action for a problem, that space narrowing creates a smaller hole on the side of the spine where the nerve actually exits the spine. So what you can find there is going to be nerve irritation, maybe inflammation, and lo and behold, after a certain point in time, you're going to start having pain in those areas. So what we do as chiropractors is very intriguing, is that we focus on the area that isn't moving well and try to gain as much mobility as we can. Now, given that the spine is degenerating in that area, we might not be able to get 100% of the movement return, but we will be able to get a certain of it back. If we don't do that, you're definitely going to regress every year and get worse and worse. The other thing I want to point out is that if you have an area of the spine that's not moving well, above and below is going to be working a lot harder. Kind of if you show up at a job and a lot of your colleagues are sick or have quit, your workload is going to go up. So picture an area of the spine that you have arthritis as not working well, and everything above and below working harder. You know for a fact that if it's working harder, those areas are also going to degenerate, and then instead of having just one small area that has arthritis, it's now going to grow into a more extended area. Case in point, I had a lady come in about 6 years ago, and she came in fairly devastated that she had been diagnosed with osteoarthritis and having severe neck pain going down her arms. And I took a look at the x-rays that her GP had taken, and he had taken the x-rays for her neck, middle back, and lower back. So I was privy to a lot of the information that I needed in order to come up with a diagnosis. So I took a look at the x-rays, and she had been told by her GP that it was because she was getting old. And she was 45 years old. So to me, 45 years old is not, getting old. And so she had the diagnosis of arthritis to cause her getting old. Now I took a look at the x-rays with her, and I said, look, let's take a look at these x-rays and see what we can see. I looked at her neck, and of course there was arthritis in her neck. She was having excruciating neck pain at her wit's end. Middle back, no arthritis. Lower back, no arthritis. So what I told her next was, how old do you think are the vertebrae in your neck versus the vertebrae in your middle back and lower back? And she looked at me kind of puzzled as to why I'd asked that question. She said, well, obviously they're all the same age because they're all born at the same time. And I said, that's exactly right. So how can it be that your arthritis is because of old age, and yet it doesn't show up everywhere and just shows up in the neck? And that's when she clued in that she had had a car accident when she was in her teen years, never got anything fixed, was told that everything was okay because the pain left shortly after the car accident, and lo and behold, this accident was coming back to haunt her now in her 40s. Degeneration had started to set in because she never took action on the problem that she really didn't know existed because the pain had gone away. So if you're intrigued by this and you've been diagnosed with osteoarthritis and you're not sure where to go and you're taking maybe anti-inflammatory drugs and you know that those aren't good for your stomach and your kidneys, maybe it's time for you to take action and find out if there is a different route that you can take. I will encourage you at the end of this video to click on the link that's going to be provided in this video. It'll take you to our website, and on our website, in exchange for your name and email, you'll receive our free report. It's a great PDF document that you'll receive that will give you great tips on how to become healthier. And then on the other hand, if you're watching this video and you're like, oh my gosh, he's talking to me and I've been diagnosed with arthritis and I've had it, I want to do something, just give us a call. You'll be surprised at the detailed examination that we will go through in order to find out the cause of your issues, your complaints. We'll listen to you, make sure that we understand what you've done and what hasn't worked, what has worked, and then come up with a game plan to get you healthier. Again, my name is Dr. Clayton Roach. I look forward to seeing you and creating immense value and getting you the life that you deserve. Take care.